everybody, and welcome back. But I'm up here. Now I'm up here. Okay, so everybody, welcome back.
You were about to reveal.
I was about to reveal the creature that you've done over 300 points of damage to this thing, and its cells are scarred, fucked up. Its surface is messed up, unable to now utilize its innate natural cloaking biology. And you are able to see the hand's creature now. We're going to... I can't have all of these things in the same place, but this is what the creature looks like.
I'm really glad I'm on the side of it and can't see it directly on.
Well,
I'm glad I backed away.
Ew.
I closed the
I
door.
can see it. It's lovely.
It's lovely.
A couple of other...
You should be a hand model.
He is a hand model.
A model of hand.
Yeah.
You see the one that's just feet.
No, he's a handyman.
That one's really popular on the internet.
Okay. Oh. Which one would you prefer, Noelle? The overt, the on top, or
If we could,
What are we talking about?
I would like to be on top.
the Kim perspective angle?
Perspective.
What time? You didn't even get him there.
I know
Man.
he didn't hear. Yeah, I know. It's all right. It's all right.
I caught the one a little too quick.
Too quick?
I already
Too
know
quick?
what she prefers. So,
And it
Wait,
happened
tell
again.
me so I can put this in the notes.
top. So,
Ball gag.
would you say yeah?
No, I said ball gag.
On top and too quick.
Okay, I have a bug. Before we continue this combat, yes, you know what? No, we're doing this live. I looked at your notes, and two of your notes, almost the entire, I'd say at the very least, 30% of your entire notes was a single line that
gag.
says, "We have Pernua's ball gag." Not
You said
anything-
if I don't have it in the notes, it doesn't exist.
That's what you choose?
Because
Not
we want
any
to make
of
sure
the
it exists.
Wonderful lore or the passage of events that have happened? It's the ball gag?
I didn't
That's
realize.
the focus?
I didn't
Of the
realize.
3 lines you wrote down?
Now the only lines I've wrote in this notes is on top and ball gag.
Okay.
And too quick.
Please send me your notes.
You have
afterwards.
children. You have children.
Yes, how do you think I got them?
Okay.
They're not allowed to watch this, are they?
Nope.
I need to go clean something. I can't do this right now.
You're the one.
Okay, so you have. I don't want to play this. All right, so this hand's creature finally appears. It looks very wounded. There appear to be like several hands that appear to have been snapped off by the wrist now. That are like almost hanging by a little bit. You fucker! Immediately you're like, oh, hands, Lon! Hands! You get hands! You guys. Oh my
So,
god.
has he even noticed Michael, or is he too quick?
He-
Just
well,
looking at the
His
hands?
passive perception is 10. Granted,
He
you
also
can say,
can't hear
hey,
anything.
look, Meckel, and then
And
turn
cast a
into
spell at him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
But,
cast a
but
spell.
I'm deaf right now, so like.
Yeah,
He
so
didn't
he
hear
didn't. These are
And
all
he has
very valid
distraction.
points. I don't think that either Zemdek or Log knows that Meckel is there. I'd say probably the two of you
Hey,
probably
if you do start screaming,
You have a
though,
very
we're,
high
like,
passive
halfway
perception.
safe.
And you yelled
true.
it
That
out.
You
is
have
true.
big old ears, so.
Thanks.
I said halfway safe. I didn't say all the way safe.
Oh yeah, did my disguise self
Yeah,
ever
keep saying
drop
you're halfway safe.
when I
Let's
was
go.
stunned?
I hope
Did,
not.
did my disguise self drop when I was stunned?
Is disguise stuff's not a concentration.
No,
It just
it's not.
happens.
So
Yeah.
you still look like Michelle.
Stunned? No, the spells do not end when you're stunned. They end when you drop unconscious.
So I still look like Machete.
Yeah, actually, I think there are some spells that, as long as they don't require concentration, and they continue past unconsciousness and into death, as long as they're still doing the thing.
As long as it's, I mean, if it's
Yeah,
a
like
within the
focused
duration.
spell, they will go for forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, for the duration,
It just
then.
happens. The effect is no longer you maintaining it; it just is that way. So I don't see why your corpse would still have disguise self on it for the rest of
Well,
the
isn't
hour.
that like the mansion where you can place it in a spot if you do it in a year, like in the same spot every day for a year? It creates it.
transportation circle.
Hollow
Yeah, if you
does
do
that
the same
too.
spell every a hollow, yeah, as well, and then it becomes permanently hollowed ground.
I think one of the Morden Canaan.
Yeah.
Mordenkainen.
The
Like
mansion.
the magnificent mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah,
I
yeah.
was was trying to do that.
There's
There's a bunch of.
There's
I
also
think that's-
another cleric one
I
that
like
you
to make
build
that
a
kind of
temple.
canonical, where if like a spell is casted every day a bunch of times consistently, stuff starts to have
Right.
residual effects of that,
Yeah.
or start to be somewhat
Starts
semi or
lasting
permanent.
longer.
Yeah, something like that. Essentially, that's sometimes how you enchant things. You just
I
keep
mean-
casting the spell into it until the thing just able to grasp onto it. And things that are more catalytic, like terrazine and other types of materials, have a better chance and more magnetism with those types of magic, so they bind to them.
I
better.
mean, if you upcast like major image to like 6th level, it's just there until it's dispelled. Doesn't
Right,
matter
it's just
if-
there. Yeah, same thing with Gaius or whatever you pronounce it. There's
Gaius.
Gaius, Gaius, whatever. I don't care.
Magical contracting. You are
Yeah, until dispelled.
you are stuck.
Yeah,
It's really
until dispelled.
contract.
So, all right, let's go.
We've only
So
had it cast on us once.
Yeah.
that was the end of Trisheni's turn. This
the
thing has
bard.
appeared. It is a horrid facsimile of a bunch of hands that have wrapped around each other to create this monstrous bipedal creature, and we should be having.
Very
Combat
scary music.
music.
Yeah.
You know what?
No,
as
I
long
like
as
that.
it's
No,
not
like
a bug
keyboard
or a
play.
spider, I'm fine.
We'll do some actual. So now that we're past the whole novelty of it being in the desert, we can get some intense.
Strangely, Eleazar doesn't twinge to abominations, so it's not Fey, Fiend,
Oh,
or
shit.
undead.
Gotta be kidding.
He doesn't care. So we're back to combat reaction.
I'm
lighting.
trying.
That's just
Just roll with
Yeah,
it for
whole
now.
Yeah,
conversation
it's
about this
fine.
during the
It's
break.
fine.
TJ,
Fine.
just roll with it for now.
yeah. We'll just get
Good.
moving.
Yeah, we'll deal with it.
We'll just get moving.
Do we have
Did he
double?
I don't know
make it
why I
worse?
did that.
Are we double tracking?
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of stuff that's being
There we
weird
go.
today.
Okay.
We just came back from a camping trip, and technology does not like to cooperate once I've been communing with nature. So,
Neither
so
do
whose
your
turn is
rolls,
it then?
apparently.
Eleazar, calls on deck.
Go.
That's you.
It's your turn.
Elias, you're holding on to the inked hands of this form that
Yeah.
you can now see.
Still breathing ice.
There are some like bloody wrists that have like hands dangling from them.
Yeah, so breath weapon because it's still
You're
going.
gonna consistently do that. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Yeah, another con save. For me,
Correct.
He has no
Con save.
compassion.
right? This is the last turn you can do so, right?
Correct.
I believe it ends at the end of your turn
Oh.
because there's no
Lovely.
point
Yes.
for it
I
to
can see
continue
it.
if you've already
Correct.
done the damage.
Yep,
That is a 17
Yay.
con save.
that succeeds.
I'm sorry, no,
Good.
19.
That
Jesus.
succeeds.
Was that a
17
celebration
what was
because it was a
that?
lot of damage?
It was one less than max damage.
Adam just stems. Leave him alone.
17, so you take half. 8 damage. 8 cold damage.
8 damage. Okay.
And I can now see it.
Yeah, you can see it.
You can avow it.
There's so much more that he can do now that he can see things.
Probably let it go because it's not nice.
What? Well, I mean, holding it
it's
still
a
is
whole-
pretty,
like, let it
pretty
go,
good.
my
Holding
brother.
it, it's still slowed, and so
They're out
that's
of daggers
I'm
on
just
it.
saying, if all of a sudden that thing appeared in
They're
front
all-
of me, I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah,
They're all
I mean, your
actions,
head is
so I'm
in
just
like
gonna-
the way, and you see this thing appear after all this stuff is around it.
No, I meant
Shield
if I was
bashing
holding it.
Yeah.
why.
But
know,
you
'cause you're
Meckle
advantage
can
now.
see it.
Yeah,
Have it-
right.
yeah.
Because I can see it, so
Yeah.
there's no more disadvantage.
Well,
so I
and
can
I'm
just-
flanking. with
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
So it's automatic advantage.
Correct. So,
You're
22.
attacking it with the
Yep.
shield.
Yep.
Okay.
So the breath weapon was the action,
Yep.
shield bash, bonus action. Might as well add a smite.
Might as well smite it.
So got 2d8s and 3d4s. Because 22 hits.
16 is
13 piercing damage and 13 radiant damage for 26 total.
26 more.
Total between the two
Oh, you did.
types. 13 and 13.
But this attack is the 13 and 13. Yeah. Because the breath weapon was separate damage.
Correct.
Okay, so 26 total.
No,
That
26 just for the
26
shield bash.
just for the weapon attack.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So which brings us to
Breath attack was another 8, so 34 total from him.
342. Is how much damage you've done to this thing. And it's still standing. It looks fucked up, but it's still standing. Yeah. And that was all magical, correct?
Correct.
All right. So who's up next then?
Cole, and then it is Zemdak again.
But you see his breath starting to
Stop.
Stop.
Okay.
Well, I guess he's visible now, so it doesn't matter as much. But
Yeah.
still.
After hearing the last exchange with Ankyline, Cole is going to go, Ankyline, work harder to get it out of his blood. We need him to move around. So I'm going to try and inspire Ankyline.
Okay.
That's interesting.
You're gonna try to inspire Ankyline?
Because he's mentally linked to Zemdak.
I feel inspired.
And he's the one who's dealing with your stuff. I'm now
Yep.
out of inspirations, too.
He's fighting the neurotoxin.
Yeah.
Got it.
So he can
and-
fight harder.
And then Cole's going to push a massive amount of mental energy from his mind into this thing. Mind sliver.
You. Okay.
So, intelligence saving throw.
Natural 20. Thank you.
I'm fine with that. I mean, it doesn't do anything, but I'm fine with it.
Doesn't do any damage then?
No.
Oh.
It's a cantrip, save or suck.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh goodness. All right.
However, if you had sucked, you would have had to take a d4 off your next saving throw.
Sakato. Who's next?
Zemdak.
Yeah, so Ankyline's gonna try to do his thing, right?
Yep.
You have anything to say to Cole or Ankyline?
Thanks for the inspiration, buddy. You can do it.
That's an 18 on the die. Do you want Ankyline to use the inspiration? Why wouldn't he? He has nothing
Right.
else to do with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what his life is like.
Fighting a god and somebody else's body, so halfway across the world somewhere. So that's a 3 on the inspiration, which brings it to a natural 21. You're no longer stunned. You're still deaf, but you're no longer blind and you're no longer stunned. As Ankyline says, "Ooh, purging marginally successful. You should have motor functions now."
As long as you like.
Do I have motor functions?
Well, is this happening at the end of his turn, or is this middle of his
Do you
turn?
want to have motor functions? Okay, you have motor functions.
Okay.
It's not ominous.
That one was me.
We actually hear you say that now.
Yep.
I don't.
Oh, hey.
I don't hear myself either. but-
Do you start dancing too?
Should. Come on.
Do you get up?
Well, I mean, he's on the ground, so
Was
he's
that-
if he's dancing, he's doing the worm.
Was that my turn? Was it that my turn?
No,
or-
no, that was
Oh,
Ankyline's turn.
Okay. So then, yeah, I stand up.
Yeah, you still have your full action economy. You stand up.
Yep.
We'll get you up. Stand up in the rubble. You kind of push some of the rubble off of you because you've been kind of shoved in there. Trishani's foot. She's just kind of like.
Stay safe.
Son of a bitch.
Just stay safe.
He killed Conk.
Yes.
Oh yes, he did. Not that you've witnessed it, but
You
'cause
can
it-
assume.
yeah, I mean like.
I can
it's-
see the chest plate.
Yeah,
buried
for
in the
sure.
wall.
Conk got down immediately in a stealth thing, and it still had a bunch of
guess
other
you're right. I
attacks.
don't know.
So both of you were taken by surprise, and it just,
Whoa.
and then you were blinded and deaf. So you don't know what happened.
I don't know that. Yeah.
You don't
You're
know.
right.
Yeah.
But you know that it can still
It's
fuck
like
you
you
up.
were
It's
taken by
still-
surprise, which
yeah.
is
Still
a
why
monster
all
in
that
the middle
stuff
of the
affected
room.
you that much harder.
Can
You
I?
just sit
You
there.
might have
far
seen
away
the
from it.
explosion of the gem.
Like 10
You are
Like up.
15 feet from it.
Hey, I can move that. Because that's only half my movement.
Do you want to get up next to it?
Yeah.
Right next to Trisheni?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stab it with the Viper Kopesh.
Oh, this. Why did I ever give this to you? You roll
It's-
nat 20 on this way too
But
often.
isn't this guy?
Get the fuck out of here!
You don't have advantage.
You're kidding me!
Take a picture.
Yeah, he
of it.
does.
He's flanking.
He's flanked.
Yeah.
It's a large creature, so it counts as flanking with Fresheni.
He's
Well, not with
No,
me.
no,
he's flanking with
With
Eleazar.
Eleazar, yeah.
Well,
And Cole's also like right there.
I still get
I'm
2
5
attacks.
feet off. I'm not on
I get
top.
2 attacks, so one of those is an attack anyway.
That's true.
yeah, I mean, technically it would have to. Technically, it's with Eleazar that you're flanking.
But it's still flanking.
weird. Yeah, I don't have a.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I cannot roll it with
No,
advantage.
it's fine. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. You got. Yeah, it's the first attack.
Well,
Yeah, I don't
you
have
rolled a
problem.
1 and a 20.
No, a 7.
Oh, okay.
So it's fine. But yes, natural 20.
But is this thing immune to poison?
Is it immune to crit?
Is it poison?
It is poison damage.
Yeah, it's the Viper
Oh, okay. Does it need to roll a saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. It is
No, not for the thing.
not for the incapacitation.
Yes, for the incapacitation.
Okay.
Can it be poison affected? Like, can it have the poison effect on it?
At the very least, it cannot take poison damage.
Okay.
But it can be.
Poison.
It can't suffer from the poison condition.
Okay, then
but
it's fine.
it can have effects. It just has resistance to effects that would be effective from poison. Does that mean saying like it can't be poison? It is made of a ton of different poisons. I don't want to say that the Viper Kopesh is. You know what? Fuck it. Let me just see what happens. And if I'm not happy,
Con
with it, I'll
save.
just say it's something else.
DC 15 con save.
How about that? No, I don't want that die. Where's my?
Oh wow.
My luck's run out. That's all
We
right.
should have stolen his dice while we were upstairs.
Why?
The first one was a
Then
natural.
you would
one.
have to use the other one.
What was the second one?
It's a 9 total.
I won't. The poison damage I won't roll because
That can't take poison
can't
damage,
take
but
poison
it is
damage.
incapacitated.
But it's up to you. Yeah.
It's incapacitated, yeah.
long does
Poison
it
creature
last?
is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
Second attack also hits.
Still slowed,
Sorry, that took
grappled, and incapacitated.
8 slashing damage.
Okay. Is that magical?
Sorry, piercing damage from a magical weapon. Yes. Second attack is not a crit, but it still does 10 piercing damage. So I stabbed it twice.
Tell me how much damage total, and what was mundane and what was magical, or is it all magical?
All magical,
Total damage, please.
18.
Got it. 360. Still up.
And I don't have conk, so I have no bonus actions.
Nope.
I start looking
Yeah, here
around.
come the fucking cloud. Okay.
I start looking around in a voice that's way too loud.
And since it's
because I can't
incapacitated, it
hear
automatically
myself.
fails
This is a
its
good
dex
one.
save.
Hey guys, where's conk?
He's
He's-
dead.
No,
He's
it just
not-
says it just cannot take actions or reactions. That's all incapacitated does.
So it can still do a dex save.
This doesn't affect it. Yeah.
But it can't move out of the range.
When I say so it
it's-
has to do a dex save.
It's like, yeah, the mechanical effect of incapacitated is just cannot take actions or reactions. It does not affect saving throws. It's just the way it is.
But the slow does.
the slow does.
Takes away
yes,
the
correct. It takes a
reaction.
number away from it, doesn't give it disadvantage.
Okay. But it has to do a dex save.
Yeah, it still does. Yeah, of course. Oh, well,
Wait,
it's
so
his
what-
turn first. So
yeah.
yeah, let's-
Oh, I was just telling you damage, 21 points.
yeah.
Wait, did they skip me?
No.
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 You're up next.
You're after
Oh,
the
okay.
monster.
You're after me. Or yeah, after the monster and then me. Or me.
Or
and
I'm
monster.
sorry. It's not a monster. It's a misunderstood creature.
Me, abomination.
The
Mr.
bee.
About to
Oh, I
be.
thought-
Mr. Handyman.
It was.
I think that's what we're gonna call it
Some
now.
of you are still at full health, and it makes me very upset.
No
I'm
one's
not.
who's
I'm
no one's
not.
at
No one's
full.
at full health.
Eleazar and Zemdak are still at full health.
Eleazar
No, they're
has
not.
that-
We all took damage.
No, Eleazar has that troll belt.
Oh,
he
that's right.
heals each
That's
of his
right.
turns. He's healed back to full health.
But we all took damage.
Like, some of us are really
Okay.
close.
You gotta
I
roll
started
dex.
the battle
Yeah, okay, I'm
damage.
sorry.
You blew us up to start this.
Minus
battle.
17.
2. Minus 2.
Minus 2, 15.
Okay, it still beats, so it's fine. My fire's still there, though. So.
Yeah. it's still there.
Cloud of daggers.
He
already
did
did
that.
it.
He did it.
That was at 21 points.
And it was
Oh,
still.
Did you do anything else?
No, because that happens at the start of their
Your
turn.
turn.
Right, and I can't do anything
And it would
because
still,
I can't take reactions
Yeah.
or
still get its slow check.
Yep. Slow check.
I can recharge because that doesn't take any action.
That too.
And you have to make a slow saving throw.
Okay, thank God.
Slow saving throw, por favor.
Okay, so something recharged. So that's bad.
14.
Probably the thing that it
Fail.
murdered me with, which is not good.
Still the end of its turn.
But that's it.
Oh, it's so much worse. Yeah, it did not see it save on the slow. Did save on the dex. Took the damage from your thing, and recharged. So,
So me.
yeah,
Uh,
you're over here.
Now that
Argus is on
I'm
deck.
still,
over here.
I'm still peeking through the thing, not
are
realizing
you?
obviously that the torch is probably just making me silhouetted.
I love it. Argus is like, "Where are you? I'm over here."
Yeah. So, do I recognize this creature now that I can actually see it?
History check at advantage.
One of these days is
The
going to
DC
realize
has gone
that's
down
just
considerably.
straight roll. With advantage, it's a.
Wait, you're Dawson, right?
This-
So it's a straight roll then.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I liked that 18. This is going to be a 9.
9. Okay, so the DC's 10, but you get like some in the back of your brain that's really bugging you about this. Like it doesn't seem unfamiliar.
Okay. I'm going.
Even just its shape and silhouette does not seem unfamiliar. That's
Okay.
about it.
Then I'm going to reach out in my head and just basically say to myself, and Doctor, we could really use you right now,
Okay.
and then see if,
Wisdom check, please.
Is that
That's not an ability check, right? That's
That
just,
is
That is ability check.
check, so it's a
Yeah.
disadvantage.
yeah, it's a 4.
Okay. All right. That's the second time you reached out?
Yeah,
Okay.
this session, anyways. And then I'm just gonna stay where I am, observing.
You little bitch. Okay, cool.
Okay.
You guys are tired.
You're doing
Yeah,
great.
no, it's great. I love it. Yeah, there's a bunch of other people that are super tired too. It's great.
Yeah, but
I
you know
love
what?
it.
They
I love
all
it.
have weapons.
You got a flute?
That's true. You got a flute. Doot magic flute. Okay.
Argus is up.
right.
Logs
yeah,
on deck.
Argus, top of the.
Argus
top
is
of the-
gonna
Hey,
fireball.
in this world, Doot Magic Flute actually works.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Didn't his flute get destroyed?
No,
Well,
did.
one of
we got
well,
yours.
my new fancier flute got destroyed. I still have my old one.
Yeah, but it was
that
his fault,
sucks.
right? So it's okay.
Argus is putting a fireball above his head, so
My
it hits
head?
him.
Oh,
It's a vaulted ceiling.
It is a vaulted ceiling, and he is taller than all of us.
It's true.
That part of the
surrounded by bookshelves.
Yeah.
The rest is.
I don't
this-
care about the bookshelf. I will light the entire
Yeah, no,
place on
but
fire.
remember how I said that a lot of these walls are collapsed and the room used to be much bigger.
Yeah.
This part of the ceiling is vaulted because it's still intact. I imagine that there's probably a point where it slopes down because there's been some collapse. But I also didn't really explain that entirely specifically, so I'm going to leave it to the dice. Why don't you go ahead, just roll a luck check to see, just see what happens. So
16.
because you're also like not thinking about being tactical with this fireball. You just have to throw a fireball because you are invested you're a fighter right now. What did you get? 16?
16.
16? Okay, that's pretty good. I'll say you only get the tallest other individual of the ally that's in that area, which I believe would be,
Shitty.
if you count the ears.
I'm 6 feet tall, so like.
Yeah,
Unless
so's
it's
Eleazar. Eleazar is very tall as well. He's like 6 foot something.
Log ran away, right?
And he's
Yeah, I'm
grappling,
further
so
away.
it's right there.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm looking at the
Havertz seemed to
picture
be a
here.
Twinkie bard.
Yep.
Yeah, if I'm looking at the picture here,
can
your
put
ears
Eleazar.
make yourself taller than Eleazar, but Eleazar's top of his head is taller than you. Log is much taller than all of you,
But I'm further
but he's
away.
much further
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that's Eleazar, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So Eleazar needs to roll Dex save
Dex save.
against the fireball.
It's incapacitated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still gets to roll Dex save.
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's not.
affect its saving throws, so unfortunately. It's just,
That was not a very good roll.
that is a 19 for its Dex save.
Okay, so I did 20 damage. Wait, is that enough dice?
Are you asking
only
us?
6.
Because the answer is no.
Pretty
No, it's
darn sure.
8d6.
I think that's too many dice, personally.
27 damage, so half of you saved. Oh, nice. So I have already hit my damage threshold.
Being unconscious makes you auto fail Dex and Strength check. Being incapacitated does not.
Yeah. Stunned did. That's the only reason I was.
Yeah, stunned also does things. So it takes half.
Yep.
And
And
Eleazar
Eleazar takes half.
also takes half.
I got a
Did you
22.
do your -2 to that roll?
I got if it was a -2 would bring it to a 17.
That's
It was a 19.
16's my DC.
Okay, so so how much did it take then? Half of what you
13.
rolled. 13. Okay.
I rolled 27.
It is not looking good. It's not like on death's door, but it is not
damage
looking.
threshold, right?
It's
No longer
severely messed
No.
up. One of the things you're also noticing
Dude, I
from
don't know
this,
if I
I'll
actually
say,
dropped.
especially with your high
I don't
passive
remember.
perception, is the more like it gets hurt, the like it's like a rope-a-dope. Like the more it gets hurt, the more it's like it's digging in and digging in and digging in, like almost as if it's like building parts within the core of itself. With the more it's learning from every hit that it gets hit to make itself stronger. This thing is extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to show you because it's been in that same fucking spot, stunned or incapacitated. But
We're okay with that.
Yeah, you guys are smart. You did a very good job. Good job. Who's next?
Thank you.
I believe I am.
Let's log them. Here we go.
So
Shiny.
2 blasts at it, and I can see it now. So just
Yeah.
2 blasts.
Straight.
So that's one of them misses. The other one's a 19 on the die, plus stuff.
Yes. Right now its AC is 16 due to slow. If you can keep track of how many rounds that's
Yes, I
been going.
am.
Okay.
So that's 9.
God, fuck me if it just goes away because that many rounds have gone by.
So 9 force damage for that, and then
Okay.
I will bonus action send another ball at it.
You got it.
And that one's, even if I do bless, that one's going to miss.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Let me double check. Yeah, that one's going to miss no matter what.
Even with your bless.
Even with bless, that one's going to miss.
Yeah, you got to get at least 16.
So that's action, bonus action. That's it.
Okay. You want to move or you good?
No, I'm going to. I can only move 15 feet. I'm going to stay right there.
Okay. That brings us to Drasheni, I believe.
Yep. Eleazar's on deck.
I'm down to 1 ball.
One ball, no strikes.
Exactly. Again, gonna hit it again with Kopesh and little cantrip here. Let's see what happens. That hits with the lightning Kopesh. That's 11 points of damage, all magical, and then booming blade. That also hits.
It's going to take extra damage.
If it moves.
If it moves.
If it moves. But right now it only took 7 damage. So in total 18 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Who's
I
next?
don't really have bonus, and I'd like to stay.
Eleazar's up, Cole's on deck.
Go ahead, Laser.
The breath weapon just turns into a feral growl, a roar in this thing's face.
Abjure enemy.
Abjure. So
You got
please
it.
give me a wisdom save.
You got it. Is it a fear effect?
Yes.
It's immune to fear.
Okay. It is, even if it succeeds, its speed is still halved for 1 minute.
Okay. So its speed is just halved, yeah. It cannot feel fear. It's the thing that
It's an
people should feel.
abomination.
It's the thing that you should fear. Not, it does not fear other things.
Cool. But then bonus action, he's still going to give it the shield smash
You got it.
as he's holding on to it. Uh, 3d4. I forgot to mark one of those. Right?
For what?
I've used 2 seconds. I used the second on my crit and the second on my first.
Okay.
But I think I've only used 2 first levels.
Fourth, second, third. First, but I haven't used any of my thirds.
That was not a D4. That's a D4.
Yeah, no. All my third spells are
8 plus 4, yes. Yeah. So 12 piercing damage, and we'll pump a first level smite for 8 more. So 16 total damage.
Okay. You got it. Another smite into this thing.
Yeah, I haven't done that many. I've done 5. So
via the shield. You see that, like, with how many times you've been bashing this thing in the chest with the shield, you start to see that, like, there's just bits of fingers that are just attached to the thing, and there's just a bloody mess of, like, a concave mess that's there. You can see a bunch of scarring from the burning of, like, freezer burn that just and just pieces of what looks like ice shards of frozen pieces of hands that have fallen to the ground because they've shattered and are starting to melt into viscera that are just on the floor. So there's a lot of blood on the dance floor right now. Yeah, and you're just like pummeling this crater into this thing's like right under its like pectoral. Great. Is that everything from Eleazar?
Yep.
This thing looks like it doesn't seem to be relenting at all due to its own health situation. Meaning, like, even if it only has 1 hit point left, it's going to be just as dangerous. Yeah. It's like it's on bath salts. Or, like, you know, the thing, like, it's going to be, like, it's coming at you with everything.
And that PCP, that angel dust.
It's not, like, like, it's not feeling pain. It's just going. So, who's next then? Cole? Go ahead.
Cool. And then Zemdax.
Yeah, and this is the cloud does damage, doesn't it?
Next turn. On its turn, not mine.
Its turn.
Let me see.
If it starts.
I've changed my mind about what I'm doing like 3 different times. Yeah. You know what?
400?
437.
Jesus.
This thing has more hit points than an ancient dragon.
Cast unknown pain on it. Towards it.
You got it.
So that's a
wisdom save?
No, that's a
Intelligence?
it's an attack. It's a spell
Oh,
attack
okay.
roll. Nice. Okay. 23.
That
no.
hits.
Yes. 23.
You got to beat a 16. So.
And then
Because apparently I can't.
I'm upcasting this, by the way.
Okay. You have to say that before you
I meant to say it
do
before.
the thing, okay?
Fine, I'll cast it at basic level then. Because you're right, I didn't say it beforehand. I'd forgotten to say it, so it's on
Not
me.
a smite.
No, I forgot to say it. It's on me. It is. All right. It takes 12 points of psychic damage.
Okay. And what else does it suffer?
12 points of psychic damage.
Oh, no, like
There's no
disadvantage
rider.
or anything? Or?
No, I did. It's. I just renamed a spell.
Okay. I understand what it is that you're doing. Cool. Okay, so then is you done then? Are you out of inspirations?
Yes, I am. I am out of
Hey.
inspirations.
Get into the nitty gritty now.
But you know
guys.
what? I will. I'll burn my 2 sorcery points to get back one of my first level spell slots.
Got it.
Since I just used the last of them.
That brings us to Zemdak, correct? Are you done, Cole?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
And then after you is the creature, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then Meckle, who's just happy to watch.
I'm not a hands-on.
He likes
type
to
of
watch.
person.
He's not a hands-on. Oh.
But we need to get the hands off.
21 to hit for 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Stabby damage.
Damn.
And another 23 to hit for 10, so 16 total that round. Zemdak stabbing into it.
It's starting to, like, limp. Like, it's starting to list to one side as it's, like, having difficulty. Even though the mind is willing, the body is becoming weak as it's, like, unable to even keep itself standing in a proper posture.
But that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Now it's the
turn.
creature's turn?
Yep.
Cloud of daggers.
If this kills this thing, I swear to fucking God.
You know what? I would be happy. I have yet to
I don't
actually
think
kill
you
something
can,
in
though,
this
with the max
game.
damage. Well, no, you did upcast it, so who knows?
Yeah.
It just depends on how many 4s I get.
Not bad.
12, 13, plus 9 is 22.
22 is a good amount. Shit.
It's all D4s, but if I got enough D4s, it's
Okay, this
dangerous.
is very close, but it is still alive.
So it doesn't.
Dex save?
Deck
Or is
save.
that-
Is it moving? Can
That's
it
the end of
move?
the
Is
turn.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Did I
gonna
say-
try to do stuff.
You get one thing.
I get one thing.
You still
Is it
slow.
It's gonna use its
One thing.
coup de grace,
Yeah.
which is its recharged ability.
Right.
You see it like a bunch of the hands turn to fists as they like roll in on each other, and they like, it's like that perpetual kind of like optical illusion where it looks like a fist is rolling in, but then you see another fist and it's rolling in and it's rolling in, like those gifs that just,
Sure.
but you can't see where it starts and it ends. It just keeps going, as it starts to just spin up and like come in a little bit and start to list again before it just throws itself out. It explodes part of its body, like all of the hands come off of its body. Each of the hands has on it pieces of all of your attacks. Fire, daggers, eldritch blasts, poisons, as it's been like soaking all this up and it's just gonna throw it out. So it can do a total amount of damage, half to the amount of damage it has taken so far. Spread them out however many characters.
I shut the door.
Is that your reaction?
It's
Yes.
taken 400. It has 500 hit points, which is why it has this ability. Because it's meant to be high thing, hit a bunch of times. It has taken 487 points.
Hold on.
It can deal 243 hit points of damage total. Is that enough to kill all of you spread among who you are right now?
Probably.
I have.
Okay.
I have
You
a
get
question.
to roll saves, but this thing is meant to kill.
If it hits
kill,
me,
kill,
will
kill.
it take the 20 damage because I've got Armor of Agatha still up?
If the
Is
target
that a melee thing?
does it consider it being moved? It's willingly moving.
It's not moving. It can't
It's
move. It's still
exploding.
grappled.
Do I have half
It's
cover?
not moving. It's like its core body is still like its
Okay.
actual
I just,
miniature is
just-
still
I
there.
had to
Well, if it's a
It's
flying
doing a radius
fist,
nova.
Yeah.
effect.
if it's a flying fist hitting me,
It's like it's doing a Spirit Guardians kind of thing. Like, what's up?
well, so if it's a flying fist hitting me, like it's a fist.
Technically,
so
it's
like,
reach. It's not an attack. It is a saving
an
throw.
effect.
If that makes sense.
It's an
Yeah.
AoE.
It's an AoE.
I mean, I'm like happy to like give that to you. That could be a lot of fun. But let's see what happens first. Because if all you guys go down, this could be a thing. That means Mecca would be the only one left to be close to the door. So.
Well, I mean, I'm at least half covered.
Yeah,
so.
well, something like that. I would say you're 3/4 of all it is
Yeah.
your face. So here's the deal. There's a
hitting
chance
all
to
of
have.
us?
The radius is a 90-foot radius.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
hitting
we're-
everybody. Yeah, unless you are in behind full cover, it's hitting everybody.
What's everybody's hit points? Start.
Eleazar's still at 51.
51 for Eleazar.
So if he saves, you have to do 102 points.
So
back
that's
just
impossible.
to
So
hit.
here's the deal. Here's what I'm going to do out of graciousness. So I'm actually going to split up the amount of damage that it does in total evenly among each of your characters. Okay?
Okay.
If that thing would kill you outright, you can save to half the damage. If that would kill you outright, regardless of whether you save or not, you die. Make sense? If that would make you go unconscious, regardless if you save or not, same rules apply.
So what you say?
Make sense?
43?
So, no, 243 points of damage split
Divided by
among
6
1, 2,
weeks.
3, 4,
Yeah.
5.
6.
Technically, you're not
No, but
there.
Eleazar.
Eleazar, yeah. So 6. So,
So 40.
243 divided by 6.
40 and a half.
Yeah.
Is that enough to knock people out from where their current hit points?
No.
I would live. I would live.
I'd be down.
You'd be down. You'd
No,
be
no, no,
unconscious.
I would live.
You would live.
Yeah,
You would
I'd be
live.
fine.
I would live, but
I
I'd
would
be
live
down.
but be unconscious.
Who would be unconscious?
Zemdak,
Okay.
not Eleazar.
Just what I wanted to know. Okay, cool. So, 43 hit points. You guys are gonna roll dex saves because you're trying to dodge these things. These are like a bunch of 5-finger death punches of all the aim. It's very like vibranium style. It's soaked up a bunch of this shit that you've hit it with.
So I have a
It's
wall
the most
to
dangerous
walk
when
in
it's
for-
near death. And it took me forever to recharge this ability. Otherwise, I would have been using it multiple times.
Yay.
I can't in good conscience hit you with this because you're just behind too much shit.
Well, I mean, they
Is
are
anybody
kind of
close?
human shields.
What?
Yeah,
anybody
and there's
close?
like just too much shit. Yeah,
No.
there's just too much
Oh.
shit.
And honestly,
Well,
I can't
probably
soak the
not.
damage these
I have
guys.
yeah, yeah.
I guess I'd have less, so I'll just add it.
And that was
Zemdak sees it happening. He pushes you out of the way just a little bit.
Spark of genius.
Adds 5
Flash of
to your
genius.
roll.
okay.
Did you guys do it?
Fucking.
Is your
I
plus
rolled a natural
do
1
this
for him
one? Oh.
anyway,
Yes,
so I,
it did.
That makes a lot
I
of sense.
feel like
You just body
Not
shield
that it
yourself.
was bad anyway.
But then,
Zemdak just runs, just jumps in front of you
yeah.
and takes one of the fists directly to his carotid and right into his sternum. As he his now unconscious body smacks into your chest as you get knocked back. You're down. Are you dead?
no.
You didn't take enough?
No.
So you took 43. That would only bring you
You would have had to
unconscious.
done 84 to like
Okay.
kill.
So, but you're down.
Yes, but he's unconscious.
So Zemdak jumps in front of you. This is Flavor. Deal with it because this is a cool fucking thing that happened.
40.
Both of you
40
get
points
knocked
of
down.
damage.
Zemdak's on top of you.
Yeah.
You're still blessed. I just don't want to deal with that.
You probably
Well,
would be.
as I doubt it actually because you got to roll Constitution to see if blessed remains. How much damage did you take? Whoa, we didn't go
Well,
around.
well, would we?
Dex save.
before-
What'd you get?
So with that, then I would have gotten plus the 9, so 13, so 18 then
18
because of Zemdak.
just succeeds.
With my plus and being within 5 feet of Eleazar, I got a 24.
It's 10 feet, but 24. That's a success. So
I'm-
you take half,
He's-
which is 21 points of
I
damage.
know, but I'm
He's
actually
right behind
within
him.
5 feet of Eleazar.
Oh
is what
yeah,
I
yeah.
was
No, I'm
saying.
saying his goes to 10.
I know. I'm saying
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
within
sure.
5 feet.
So you still up? You still
Yeah,
conscious?
yeah. If it's half, I'm.
Yeah,
if
okay,
it's half
cool.
of that 43, I'm still up.
I'm unconscious.
You're unconscious.
I was at 17, so.
That's
So
all right.
Shani's unconscious. Zemdak's unconscious.
So for my
both
save was a
just
9, but I have enough to not
Into
go
the
down from
bookcase.
the full 43.
Okay.
So
what are you at?
10. Because I had
because you failed, you do get like knocked back and like back thrown
Yeah,
onto
because
the
I had.
rubble right here.
I mean, even without my temper hit points, I would have been a lot worse. But I'm at least.
I think
Not a bigger
you're
problem.
like you get like bend over backwards, like hits your back of this rubble, and you're like oh, as you're like bent in a convex shape, and your head is hanging upside down as you see Meckel's face upside down there as you're like looking at him. As like Log is super messed up as he's got bruises and bleeding contusions all over his body, just and like the only thing you can see is Meckel's upside down face.
I rolled a 4.
That's so you. And so you.
What is
you're
it?
a little
43 damage?
43.
43.
Yes, 43. Are you still conscious?
I have 44 hit points.
You are fucking kidding me. That's insane. And you're still on fire, right?
Yeah.
I mean, divided
It
evenly,
doesn't go
was
away
40
until
and a
3
half,
minutes.
Right?
487 halved to 243.
Right. Divided by 6 is 40 points and a half point per person. So 41.
You told me the math, but whatever. Yeah.
41.
41.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Rounding up,
Means that-
right?
So
Yeah.
I got to roll
And Eleazar.
basically that 20.
Nat
right?
20.
So
I got 15
20
hit
20
20
points.
points of damage.
20
Lose
points of
bless.
damage.
He's fine.
So we've got 2 people down, 2 people on death's door, and Eleazar's okay.
And the creature is no longer slowed.
And the creature is no longer slow.
But it's still there.
It's still there. That was just its recharge ability.
Oh, shit,
That it can
that's
just
right.
do. It hasn't used any of its action economy. It's like its legendary action thing.
Cloud of daggers.
Same thing. I mean, because
It's
it was.
gone?
Not one on my fucking
I mean,
concentration.
because since it
check.
was 41, that means the only way to succeed on a
Nat
Constitution. So I then the
flame's gone.
Flame's gone.
Yeah, it'd be a 20.
Feel vindicated just for a
It doesn't
moment.
have to be a nat 20.
Right.
I mean, I rolled a 15 plus 3.
It would have to be a
so-
total 20 total. Yes.
Yeah, so I got an 18.
Okay. Great.
I got 9.
So it is still. You see, it's like what it was like super swole. It is much more live as you start to see small little like baby hands start to grow on this like, and I'm talking about like flayed of skin, just muscles,
Like Deadpool
just
baby hands?
just dead like. Just,
If I wake
just the
up
muscles,
screaming
as if,
tonight,
like,
I'm
a
gonna
humanoid
hit you.
creature is just flayed of skin and just has the musculature, and you can see bone protrusions where there shouldn't be bone protrusions. You can see the ivory poking through that's like has brown and red viscera kind of like creeping along it, and then you see that brown and red viscera that's creeping along it almost as if it's like a little like muscle spider then become like a baby hand as it starts to grab onto muscles, and then another baby hand grabs onto that one as it's like regrowing its carapace.
Meckel, this is not how I would want Doctor to fix me.
Aren't you unconscious?
Nope.
But this thing is still severely fucked up. Like, it's not regaining hit points. It's just having the ability to possibly recharge and do this thing again. So
But I can't heal.
that was just its ability. It now is no longer slowed, but it's still grappled, correct? It is very upset about that. So it is going to hit Eliezer with all 6 attacks.
Okay.
If it can.
21.
Yep. That is a 19 for the first one. Shit. Oh. That's 23.
Okay. That's one hit.
Immune to disease and the poison stuff, so it does, well, it's not.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
But it still does its piercing
Yes,
damage.
yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Right up there.
15 points of piercing damage.
He reduces that
By 3 to bring it to 12.
12. Okay.
That was the third attack. That's a miss. That's 19.
6, right? Yeah.
And that's another miss.
Yeah! He's
Okay.
still just like screaming, roaring at this thing.
Yes, but now it can use its reactions, so I'm happy because I am so
Careful which way you crawl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
Okay.
has another ability, but it's fine. Okay, yeah, cool. I think that's all it can do because it can't move.
Okay.
That's
Still
the end of its
so-
turn. It's so fucked up though. So that brings us to who?
Meckel.
Me.
Meckel.
Meckel
I
kind of
am-
like peers around the wall as things are dripping off of the from the splatter.
Post explosion.
There's like a voice in the back of the head that's like, "I have become death, the destroyer of worlds."
But it's not my own voice, right?
Oh no, it's the doctor's.
Are you being serious? Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Almost like it was like pre-recorded.
I'm gonna walk into the room and throw the torch at the thing.
You're kidding me.
Please.
Roll a dexterity thing. I guess your choice. I don't give a shit at this point. Strength or dexterity? Are you proficient with torches?
No.
Okay, so
I am.
20 plus hot
The doc. I don't care if you are. The doctor spoke
see
to me.
my own.
I'm supposed to kill this thing, so
Go ahead and
That's what I
roll
took
either
that for.
so D20 either plus your strength modifier or plus your dexterity.
it doesn't matter. I also have to roll it with the disadvantage. So
No, it's an
Don't.
attack
Oh,
roll.
It's not.
Straight
you're
roll.
right. You're right. Straight roll.
Still-
Do I have
It's just-
inspiration?
Yeah, you do. Cole inspired you, didn't he?
No, I just meant in general.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
inspired.
No.
No, I had not inspired him. Mostly because he wasn't in the room by the time I
So-
ran out of inspirations.
My ranged attack is a +4. I rolled an 18.
18 is
18 on the die
plus,
or 18
18 on
total?
the die.
So you
18
hit
on the
him.
die. 18 is its armor class. No matter what your bonus you have, you hit it.
All right, so I hit it.
So I need you to roll.
2d6.
I need you to roll.
What is that? I think it's like 2d6. I don't know.
I would say
Or
a
D8.
D4 for the bludgeoning and a D4 for the fire.
I'm actually
You
kind
could
of
kill
impressed
this
with
thing.
myself.
Come on, man.
You could absolutely kill.
Come
this
on,
thing.
8 points. Let's do
Just
it.
wait till the
swear
very
to
end. Just
God,
walked
if
in.
this thing goes for fucking torch.
It'd be amazing.
Meckel comes in the last bit. Oh, I killed it. Thanks, guys. After all of
I
you
only
go
got
down.
5 points.
It has 4 hit points left.
Meckel!
So, describe this thing's demise.
So basically, I just kind of like rush into the room nonchalantly and like.
Over the body of Log.
Actually, I probably stand on the body because it gives me more leverage.
You straddle Log.
and just kind of like
Meckel's the top.
yeah. It gives me advantage. And throw the.
I want 27 highlights from this game.
Should be
and
enough.
Yeah.
The torch kind of does this sort of thing, and
Yeah, it's all slow motion. You don't know how or
Well,
why you
instinctively,
feel,
I
but
bet
you
you the
feel the
thing-
fire in the corner smile. For
and
some
then
reason.
all of like by getting it's using its reaction as it goes to grab the torch because I just
That's a very
threw
good point.
something
It
at
has its reaction.
So-
Okay, I mean, you kill it. Tell me how you kill it.
So no,
because it's gonna die either way.
As this reaction, it goes in that when you throw a softball at somebody that's not really paying attention, and they go and grab it. It's pretty much. He just kind of like
just grabs the fire and it hurts itself. So that's
Grabs with
interesting
one
because
hand.
one of its reactions is to teleport and to take a bunch of people with it, and them to take a bunch of force damage as he drags them with it. Kind of very similar to the Dimensional Shambler, if you guys remember that.
Yep.
So it does use its reaction. It teleports away right after you see it grab onto the top of the torch.
Is that a spell?
Wait.
I need.
Well,
Is that a
It's
spell?
not a spell.
it
just,
doesn't matter if it
In
what,
effect.
but it's still moving then.
A booming blade?
It's
Booming.
teleporting. It is not moving.
Yeah.
But
Now teleportation's
That's such a
affecting not
shitty
count as
thing.
movement. Yeah.
Misty
Sorry.
Step.
But
Misty Step
afterwards-
It
does
has
too.
to actually take movement.
but afterwards it should take movement.
But I mean, it's dead. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. It's already dead. So
So
wait, hold on. Let me describe. So I need Eleazar
Cole.
and Cole to roll. I believe this would be
Are you down?
not
No.
con. This would be.
I mean, I
what's
probably
the
will be
saving throw
after
for
this.
Vortex Warp? Wisdom, right?
No.
Or is it con?
Constitution.
It's the con. Then it's these are guys the con saves for Eleazar and Cole, please. To like resist being dragged through dimensions.
So how hard do I get dragged through this dimension?
There we go.
Please don't punch.
19.
You're so afraid of this.
I see it.
19.
I
You
used-
succeed.
I used the inspiration
Yeah.
and I rolled an 8.
Okay. So Eleazar, you see Eleazar being like pulled, and you see the warp of like his head beginning to like stretch and being pulled, but then he like kind of closes his eyes and thinks and snaps himself back. Cole, you just do the whole Jumanji thing where you just like Robin Williams being sucked into the board game as this thing twists and disappears. What's up?
Quick thing, I had forgotten to roll my bless. 10.
It's
That's not it.
Just making sure.
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
making sure.
No, you're
The
good.
bless already dropped.
Oh, I didn't know it had dropped. It still
It
hasn't.
teleports
That's my guy.
away and would appear where it wanted to appear, which was atop, touching
Oh,
the
shit.
moon roof, the cracked moon roof. So you appear there, and right as it reappears, it does that whole something went wrong during the teleportation, and it just and there's just this massive explosion of viscera. As Cole, you are covered in gore and immediately falling.
Please don't land on me.
Another fall.
Yay!
Yeah, there you go. You can do that.
I'm so glad
I'd say-
I'm so glad I burnt my sorcery points.
There's so much viscera. Everybody just gets. There's just this rain, and there's so much blood on the dance floor.
Are there any hands left?
Is there any enough body for me to
I'm
steal
sure
soul?
you can probably pull a few
That
fingers
is-
out of Cole's
we are
hair.
technically out of initiative now. Congratulations, guys. That was quite the thing.
Well,
And the fact that Meckel
Some of us
did
are
the
bleeding
final
out.
thing is absolutely insane.
Eleazar run over and
okay.
lay on
Yeah,
hands.
we'll take care of that. In a
Yeah,
second.
I
We
would-
just
I
move
would-
it back to
yeah,
where
you
it is
guys
that we're
too.
going.
That's what I was about to do before he
Maybe
teleported
not
away
yet.
and killed me.
Maybe you shouldn't go.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go near them.
No, and we're
Doesn't matter.
Healing word.
You just don't.
Healing word. We know healing word works. As long as I'm not standing on top of them.
Yeah.
It worked last time.
That was amazing.
But it hasn't worked since the cloak killed somebody. So
I haven't used it on anybody since the cloak killed somebody.
That's true. I have a question. Nobody was unconscious. Okay.
no, we were on the other side.
Yeah, we know not
Yeah.
to do that.
You still had a hit point. Yes.
I mean, if
I had
I had
3.
gone down,
I'm gonna
I would
remove
have had
this just
advantage
because
on
it's
my
getting in
death
the
saving
camera.
throws.
Just for a little
Interesting.
bit. But yes.
Too bad your cloak didn't take in the soul of the monster.
That's what I'm going to go try to do.
Its body was
Actually, that's something
just
that has
completely
never
destroyed.
happened. I've been next
There's
to a
nothing
few
left.
Have you
monsters that
gone to
died
like
and it's
Not
never
even a
happened.
soul?
It's not even a
left
hand.
to even like get some from. Like we're talking about like the most.
Are you sure?
Well,
it
let's see
had a
what you
soul
guys
to
find.
begin with?
Well, wait. I was within 5 feet of it when it blew up. Like nothing happened. With
I mean,
my cloak or
like
anything?
there was it specifically. 5 feet. It has to be a creature or a body.
Okay.
There was no body. It was pieces and objects by that point. It was already dead before you got there.
Okay.
And as far as you don't know whether it's a soul that you grab or if it's just life force or
Yeah.
if you just sever connections, you don't really understand.
Well, no, that's why I was asking. Did something happen? Because I was
It did.
curious.
Yeah. No. Everything kind of happens. It was like as soon as it came back in this dimension, it was inside out and exploded, because of you gave it a torch at the last minute that it didn't account for when it teleported. So molecules got messed up and it just exploded.
You hear Meckel spitting. I got some in my mouth.
You only got some in your mouth?
Argus, why did you cast a silent spell?
Yeah, he's still on fire. Shit, we gotta do this still. I guess technically we're still in initiative
I can focus it because I've done enough hit damage.
Oh, you have. Okay, so you're in control.
But yeah, I still can't use heal. The only spells I can use are fire.
Yeah.
But
Can you only speak in flame speech too? Right.
yeah,
Which I can't understand anyway.
Yeah.
I can't hear
So
it
you
anyway. No, I can't even hear it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
you just see me in that back corner just lighting fires.
What
Just like that's on fire. That's
the
on
hell
fire.
was that?
Eleazar does run over to Trishani.
Honestly, that's
Okay.
I step
Cool.
down. From my,
I do need to, because of everything that's happening, just for my sake, because everything happened so quickly. Everybody who was unconscious, just roll me 1 death saving throw because of the turn technically would go around. It's pain in the butt. You okay?
Good.
You're okay. Great. Then yes, you can get brought back up.
So he's just going to give us 10 each.
Okay.
Okay. Guys, come back up.
Because I don't want either of you other two healing.
Log, you
anybody
wanted
at
to
the
see if there were any hands that you could salvage? Is that
Yeah.
what you asked me?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a investigation check, I suppose.
Disadvantaged.
Sure, yeah.
I'm just gonna walk
still
around and start
guessing.
burning any issue that I see.
The large portion of this room is made from wood. Okay.
13.
I don't think you're concerned with the well-being of anybody else in this room, so I mean that's entirely up to you. But
13 investigation at disadvantage.
13 investigation. The most you've been able to find is like part of a ring finger just from this knuckle up. That's intact. Everything else is just pink and red and fleshy viscera everywhere.
I contemplate eating it.
This thing like disintegrated
you
by not
can.
like becoming atomic, but just
Wait.
all the molecules just being put
Is that
into
going to
When
be
it did
like
its fist
the
burst,
real
though.
actual
Did any of
pinky?
the fist actually
No, he should be
fly
reading
off?
And
Oh no, guys! When the fists hit you, they were absorbed into your body.
Oh. Nice.
Like they crawled into you like scarabs from the
We've
mouth.
been fisted?
Yes.
Like under your skin. They like the fingernails scratch and then like dissipated. They hit you, pushed you if you failed your dexterity saving throw, then went into your body and discharged.
Gotcha.
So you have some of it in you.
Meckel is still spitting to get it out of him.
Meckel's like over there gagging in the corner.
Yeah.
Cole
He's
is
like
pressed-
dry heaving, leaning on the wall.
Cole's just trying to get himself somewhat clean with prestidigitation.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. It's like
Still dripping.
so-
Looks
your
like
new
we're all,
garbs.
like prom night.
Oh, these aren't
All
new.
crimson.
These aren't new. I've had these for I've been
That's
wearing
right. You
these
got them
since
in
Minheim.
Yeah, that's right. But you like
Carradine. Sorry,
you look like a member of the Red Lion Syndicate with how much red is on your clothes.
This is Carrie.
Can I
This
find?
is it's
Yeah,
fully
that's
carry.
what I'm
Yes.
thinking, yeah.
Can I find like a bigger portion of finger for long off of myself?
Oh, roll an investigation check.
I'm gonna start just focusing on my flame and trying to calm myself down.
Okay, cool. You have like a minute, right? Something like that.
3.
3 minutes. Okay.
Hey,
22.
Trishani,
22.
did I save you?
You find
You did, and but that's
That was dumb.
kind
I
of
can't
no.
hear you.
Especially you.
I just see your
right, you're
mouth
still
moving.
dead.
Sorry. I shouldn't ask questions.
It's
I'm
okay.
just walking around like doing the like water in the ear thing.
mop.
So I just roll over and like starfish.
You find like a part of a hand where it was like severed here, like along this line. So there's the pinky finger, a ring finger, and a middle finger, and like just part of the tendons of the hand. That's the most you'll find.
I walk over to Log and tap him on the shoulder since I know he can't hear
You
me.
pick it up?
Oh, yeah, and hand
You
it
pick
on.
it up?
Yep.
Okay, as you pick it up, it moves, it twitches, and it starts climbing up your body.
Yeah.
It's starting to scratch a hole in your,
Kill
in your
it
bicep.
with fire, guys.
Yeah, firebolt on top of it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna make you roll for it, but like, it is actively trying to get under your skin. And
Yeah.
hurt you.
Oh yeah. I was gonna give it to you, man.
What?
But...
What?
I crawl over and pick up the water pellet and put it in the bag of holding.
Oh, okay, cool. Right, because it can,
On water, it can uncompress.
it'll just release the water elemental.
And
Shit, you have a pocket water elemental.
I mean, I don't know if the consciousness stays in
Yeah.
it, but I have the water from the water.
Can I try to like?
We use it.
But you got the other 2 doses of the powder as well.
Can I try to climb and look through any of the books quickly? Because I know that we were causing a lot of noise, but I'd like to try to find something that might be indicative of.
You want
what
to look
else.
through all these like dusty tomes and everything?
Yeah.
What
if
is
there's
it that you're
anything-
looking for?
Just what the fuck's going on here? Like any sort of clues to.
You're looking for more contemporary information?
Just not only contemporary, just anything that seems interesting or out of place and.
So you're looking for like notes, records, that type
Yeah.
of thing? So you're not looking for like historical, whether they be like narratives or research books, or I'm sorry, like texts.
No, it'd be like personal logs, notebooks.
Got it. Okay. So
Anything
you're looking for
that's-
something that's more like personally bound. Then I suppose like something that's probably slimmer or whatever. That's
Sure, just something that.
nothing that has
yeah.
like a volume 6 of whatever
No.
on it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, roll an investigation check for me. Because there's, I mean, even though all the bookcases here are kind of messed up, there's quite a few books here. There's quite a few, pages of everything. Everything is dust covered and some is pretty worn. But you kind of have to give me an idea of what it is you're looking
13?
for. Because 13.
I mean, I did just pass out. so
I
it's
think
like,
that
it's
yeah,
hard.
I think that the closest thing you can find is what looks like a unfinished novella
Okay.
that appears to be more of a personal thing that has to do with it appears to be some sort of like smutty novella that they got about like 23 pages into and then realized like they lost heart and stopped writing it.
Okay. Wonderful.
Do I?
What it does say, I'll say as you kind of flipping through it, is it mentions about the scientist in the ivory tower always pined after the farmhand who worked with the horses, and could catch him looking at them every once in a while, and I would see those experiments that they would do and holding, and the only hands that I could hold were those of my experiments, but I was hoping that there could be a warmer hand to hold, and it could be that of those that were 16 hands high, because horses are hands
Yeah.
high, and when somebody's on top of a horse, they're that hands. Okay, I liked my joke.
So
But
A lot of hands involved in this whole room.
there was in the novella there was quite a few references to it. Yeah.
he's trying really hard not
Well,
to say hand job.
I mean, sometimes all you need
Okay,
is the
Matthew.
hand, right?
Hey guys, where's Conk? Sorry.
He can't
He asked questions verbally again. Everybody can't hear.
And Cold goes, he blew up. Or actually, what you see is,
But weren't you still mentally connected to him?
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, you
but it-
were. Oh, but you
Well,
probably
no,
do both.
Yeah, I mean, as time speeds back up as we come out of combat.
Whatever you
we
like.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it ended. So I just go, it blew up.
Just shake my head no. He's not.
How bad?
Point up at the thing where that was holding Conk
There's a
in the air.
couple pieces of debris that's kind of like lodged into the ceiling and part of the walls due from the explosion.
His torso is just
Gone.
bits.
It's gone. It's bits. It's just pieces of shrapnel.
Man, that was Crash's head too. It's gonna like carry on pieces from one to the next.
You still have his head. You guys have your head, his Conk's head with you.
Right.
I don't
but
have
it's not
Crash's
Crash.
head was the
Oh,
core
no,
of his
Crash's
body.
head. No.
Is now bits.
I mean, you could grab some of the scrap.
Log's looking for where the edge of the silent spell is.
Do I?
Mop. Walking around.
Does Mekkel see Trishani looking through books and stuff like that?
Trisheni. Yes. I don't see why not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go.
If you're done dry heaving.
Yes, I'm done.
Yeah,
Dry heaving.
okay.
I Mekko walk over. This is kind of where I was gonna take you.
Oh.
This is where you saw the one that you couldn't read, but you were like,
The
there's something
one
here.
that I couldn't read.
The one that you were like, there's something here, but I can't really tell what
Okay.
it is. You know?
I wanted to show you this one, and I'll
Okay.
take her to that.
Yeah, it's in the same spot you put it.
Okay. I don't remember
Yeah, it's like over near the larger one over here, closer to the door, because you came in and just started looking right away, and you didn't really go too deep into this place.
Okay.
What this one?
You are held what looks like expertly, extremely meticulous records of research notes. These are way better.
This is what I was trying to find.
This is way better than your lab book. This is better than the host's book. This thing is, you know how Da Vinci wrote everything upside down and backwards, and like with all this other jazz and like in different vernaculars and all that other thing. This is absolutely written in code. It is not a language that you recognize. It is a made-up language that this person made in order to protect their research. That most likely they can speak and understand immediately.
This smells like doctor.
Okay.
There, as flipping through it, there are a whole host of diagrams, magical circles, pictures of vats of weird creatures floating in them, anatomical drawings of like the Da Vinci's whatever his name's man, the
Vitruvian Man.
The Vitruvian Man, but it's not just humans. There's a bunch of other races. Like every race that you can think of, there's a Vitruvian Man of this, but the Vitruvian circle changes to be as it starts out with human being like more pristine and classy and elegant, it slowly turns into something more twisted and dark and contorted as more other creatures, to the point where you don't even recognize the races of the things that are involved in this now. And there are now parts of different things. There are what looks like occult runes start to be incorporated into this at some point, and it becomes more twisted. The code that it's written in becomes exponentially more complex, to the point where it's no longer written from line to line, but in like weird spiraling fractal patterns that continue throughout. And then you start to see, as you like take the book away from you, that these fractal patterns spell out even more code and more symbols of like concrete poetry, that it's messages within messages. This thing is so immensely complex. Only someone of a hyper genius intellect could have ever done this thing. This is one of the smartest people in the world, if not the smartest person in the world, was the only person that could have been responsible for this book. This is so far beyond anything you could ever comprehend.
Can you read it?
Not quite yet. Maybe a little bit of the studying. This is flipping through the pages. I mean, this is very complex. I mean, you can see the diagrams, so there's a lot of...
Do you want to roll something on this? I'll let you roll something on this.
Sure. I mean, I'll try to...
You get... What do you do for research when you do your like own... When you were looking through the host's book, was it just straight up intelligence checks?
I don't remember if it was that or investigation. It was one of the two.
It's not really like finding... Because you're not trying to look for information in this book as much as like you're trying to get at this stuff. Like you're just trying to get a grasp of what's going on.
Yeah.
So I would say this is your bread and butter. So I'll give you an intelligence check, but I'll let you do proficiency. So
Okay.
it's essentially the same thing as investigation. But yeah, but we'll see what happens.
With a 36 investigation.
Did you roll something without me asking you to?
Investigation. Looking for conch parts.
That's what...
That is what he would be doing.
But, yeah.
Can I find
Okay.
anything significant? It's a natural 20 plus all of my bonuses
In this room?
in this room.
Okay, because you guys have parts of conch that you grabbed from the hallway. You have like
Head and
legs
arm.
and arms, and you have like a leg and two arms,
Oh, yeah.
and
From
the
the-
disc head,
Torso though,
the torso.
that was in here.
How long do you want to spend doing this? Is the
As
question.
long as it takes them to pull me away from it.
Okay, so
I'm
yeah.
probably not going anywhere for at least 3 minutes.
You have 3 minutes. Go.
Okay, hold on. There's like 3 things I need to deal with in very quick succession. Just hold on 1 second. How far are you willing to go? Are you willing to use magic to do this?
Yeah.
How
Detect
much magic? Do you have access to spells that allow you to gain altitude?
All of it.
All of it? Okay. Detect magic. Fly, or do you have levitate?
Levitate.
Levitate. something like telekinesis or mage hand or something like that. You have anything that alters self or anything enhance ability to increase your perception or investigation.
Yep.
All those types of things. Anything that you think would pertain to you, you use it all. Because I think you are like, you're in that kind of like sorrow hyper focus thing.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. Spend it all. And we'll get back to you.
Okay.
And then we'll do log. 1 second.
22.
22. This is fascinating. You're starting to like get just the edges of understanding as to what this is, and you have to start at the beginning because none of this it's all in order. If you don't start at the beginning, if you just open it up, everything depends on the previous page. You're starting to realize that the cipher actually has to do with what letter was before and how many letters before, or even if they were letters or symbols, and then that's referential to something else. It is extremely complex and continues to be exponentially more complex the more this book goes on, which makes sense as the
Intellect.
science and the intellect increases. You see, like, the person who wrote this book, they got smarter and smarter every page that goes on. Like, way more smart than they could ever have done. Like, I mean, you don't know, but like, it's astounding to the point where it's almost unbelievable as to how much they increased their intellect throughout the course of this book, even from page to page.
Mm-hmm.
So you start at the beginning. You can't really decode the cipher, but what you're trying to do is grasp the edges of understandings with context. You're taking some of the pictures, you're taking some of the way things are organized, you're taking some of the runes that are there. And one of the things that stops you, because you got to get about 12 pages in and it starts to get a little bit beyond you, one of the things that stop you is that you recognize one of the symbols.
Mm-hmm.
And then not too many lines down, you recognize a series of symbols. And these looked like they were not written in the same type of code. They were written as something like, as if like a proper name would be written in the language that it was vernacularly spoken, with the accent marks and all that type of thing. These runes are the symbols that you have seen on well walls before.
Okay.
And there appears to be like they are referencing something with the well walls. And then you start to see a couple pages later, because now you're beyond what you can understand. You do see them again, but they've changed.
Okay.
Something inside of you, the innovative part of you that Zemdak sparks in you sometimes, makes you feel, and you say it out loud, they've improved it. The runes are better than whatever the ancient things that created these are. There are stains on some of these pages. You don't know what these stains are. Mm-hmm. They could be blood, but it doesn't seem like blood. It hasn't like aged to get that type of more brown, coagulated, maybe darker patina and faded. It stays this bright, bright crimson. And it's not ink, it's not wax, but they're old. This book itself is old. Something, at the very least, much older than you. Probably older than Zemdak.
Okay.
That's right, you are the old man of the group, aren't you?
He's 100 and something, or 90 something, or something like that. Or 69.
I'm in my 50s.
Yeah.
I think I wrote down.
He's 69, it's canon.
No, 38.
You do realize
So
that
do I,
this has an ungodly amount of absolutely fascinatingly advanced information in it, but you cannot read it.
This makes me very upset.
This is something you're gonna have to work at really, really
Yeah.
hard. You're gonna have to Enigma code breaker this thing.
Yeah. I mean, do you think, is this doctors, you think?
All of this is doctors.
Okay. Do you think he would miss this if I borrowed it from the library for a bit? Does he come here often?
I think it would be like a trade.
Okay, so like a loaner library kind of situation.
Well, kind of like I give sweets to one of the other workers, and he tells me stuff. That type of trade. Maybe for the lamb?
You see, Lammy and I just hold Lammy for a bit. We've
The
been,
vice grip on
yeah. I'm just kind of like absentmindedly start like petting it, basically. We've been through a lot of things together, and I can't say goodbye to an old friend like that. And we've had he's really good at arguments too, so it's really.
I think he would be okay as long as I was around to keep it safe.
The book?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Do you mind if we, read it somewhere else then? Because I feel like we've been making a lot of noise. You're still on fire.
I make a lot of noise
How long it's
all
been.
the time.
Oh,
But we can go back
Yeah.
to your guys'
You're
room.
still fire. Fire. What?
Do I know of anything else in this room that...
Piqued your interest?
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple things. Most notably, the moon roof.
The moon?
The moon roof.
Oh.
The glass, kind of like ceiling rose window type thing. That is like a sunroof type thing.
Okay. This isn't the
Circular,
room
it's
that...
cracked. It's always that color.
Which rope did we use to climb down?
The,
it was just a normal roll.
Oh, just a normal one. Okay.
Yeah.
the treatments don't happen in this room, though, right?
No, this is off limits. You're not supposed to be here.
Okay. Any other things that, like cabinets that I couldn't get in and I wanted to when I was exploring?
In this room, as far as the parts of the room that are still there,
Yeah.
a little spelunking or a little climbing some debris would have given you pretty much the run of the place.
Okay.
As long as you were okay climbing and getting cobwebs all over you and getting on all floors every once in a while, you'd be able to get pretty much everywhere you need to get in here, or that you could get in here, with the exception of
Okay.
the roof and the ceiling. That has piqued your interest most of the time because you've come here a handful of times. That is always that color. It always looks like it's sunrise.
But I've never encountered the hand-me-down or whatever that thing was.
Mr. Handyman.
The creature.
The creature.
That
Oh,
I-
you guys are funny.
Yeah.
No, but the familiarity that you had seen before was not dissimilar from when you had seen something moving in the shadows, moving in the past.
Need to write the story.
Okay,
in the
so
evenings.
I'm going to reach out and see if I have any idea when the doctor is when doctor is gonna arrive. But I will say to you, we should probably leave or vacate this room once everybody's better. I look at the guy with the flaming eyes
In the corner.
because he's the only one down, right? Everybody else is.
It looks
up.
like there's just a
Everybody's
fire
up.
there, but then
Yeah.
it's a person.
I'm literally sitting cross-legged, just on fire, meditating.
At first, it looks like a table or chair that's on fire, and then it's you see a face within the flames. It's
I don't see any water around me, right?
No.
Nobody else seems concerned.
No, that's
you
that's
see a
pretty
lot of
normal.
blood.
Yeah, not the same thing.
Okay.
Cole's still cleaning himself, so.
During this time,
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead.
my log's balls would have dropped by now.
Okay.
Which
You gotta say it the right way. Balls would have dropped.
Descended. Yeah, sure.
which means I have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
You set the DC and choose a random outcome.
And you had how many left?
1.
Okay.
I had 1 ball. And now it's
You gotta
dropped.
stop.
But it's
go
the
ahead.
name of the spell.
I know it's a lot
That's
of
the
fun.
name of the spell. So
I need another beer for sure.
I don't know if that was your request. Or you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hit me.
I was like,
Yeah, it's kind of your job.
It's just whoever sits there is kind
Anything
of.
IPA would be great.
You know, if I knew what an IPA was.
No, not that one.
Not that one. Which
I'm
one?
gonna use the
one
brain
that looks like a
brooch.
smithy or something like that.
You're gonna use the brain brush.
I'm gonna use the brain brooch and re-roll that.
Okay. Yes, that's fine.
That is much better.
Thank you. That's good.
So that's gonna be a 16.
A 16. That'll do it.
That'll do what?
Right. There's still a random outcome.
You don't know because
His other ball will drop now.
One goes up, one goes down.
It's not an elevator.
I don't know
No,
what balls.
I didn't say
what
it at the
Log's
same
balls
time.
are like.
Okay, that's fair.
casting this spell that you
Well, I
crafted
mean, you were
with
on
your
top
knowledge
you
of
might know.
the magics that you learned from your patron is the first time you really like pulled from that dark, twisted, gross, messed up kind of power since the changes in you have been made, like into that core of what it is to be just darkness and twisted and hunger. And you feel like you put the door ajar and something's trying to come back through. Something's trying to reclaim its land that is your mind. But you put your foot in the door as a doorstop against the door. And you can't, and you can push it, and you can push it, and you gain ground, but you don't hear the click of the mechanism going into the deadbolt, the locking position. Like the knob's still turned.
Fun.
Damn it, Log.
What?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
What?
You both can talk telepathically. Why are you doing this?
I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna let this play out.
Oh no, Cole knows this. Cole's literally doing this to mess with Log.
Can we leave now?
Has it been 3 minutes?
Are you
Right.
okay?
You wanted to, so you asked about peculiar things that you had seen there.
Yes.
The ceiling, the glass ceiling roof that has a crack in it that always has this kind of like golden orange sunrise light always from the same direction no matter what time of day it is. Doesn't make sense. That's always been really weird to you. You've never been able to, because of the way it glares against the cracks, you've never really been able to see beyond the light because of the glare to see if there's like a sky behind it or whatever. You don't know, but it's always been that color. That's been weird to you. You, as far as the books are concerned, most of them are all the same except for how they feel and how they look by their cover to you because you can't read. So I would say there have been maybe a handful of other books that you had seen similar like fun circles in and like cool stuff like that. There was one that was your favorite that was just pictures. Because you could see what it was, and it was almost like a collection of a bunch of different animals, and then a bunch of different animals you'd never seen before, which maybe the doctor encountered in their travels.
Okay. All right. I won't mention those things as she
Okay.
appears to be ultra fascinated with this book,
Yeah.
and she hasn't let go of the lamb yet. So just paying attention.
Yes.
I'm gonna link with Zemdak for a second though, and I go, just to let you know,
Coming back to you.
the Mekkel has a nice big Zektek in his room. You should maybe ask him to see it.
Yeah, but I want pieces of conch.
And Zemdak levitates to the ceiling and like puts his goggles on and starts pulling out things and just absolutely ignoring every single one of you. He is deaf, not just physically, but mentally. His artificer has just kicked in. He can
You mean
fix
my
it.
autism?
Oh, actually,
Is artificer. Is he is fully hyper focused and Argus, I think you swear after the fire goes down and you see him floating up there, you swear you hear him mutter under his breath, I can fix it. I can fix it.
That tracks.
Oh, we've all seen him do this before.
He's in fix-it mode.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Quick look. How's my eyes?
uh,
You good?
I think yeah. You,
Ken, I love you so much. Quick, how am I good? Am I good? So
They
good.
look
Yeah.
a little glowy.
they're not full flames like they were anymore. They
Okay.
were just before. Okay.
Little puff of smoke comes out your ear.
Yeah, little puff of smoke.
All right. Now let's see again. Okay, that's much better.
Okay.
We got to get you some like eye drops or something, you know. It's,
So,
You gotta quit
Zemdek,
blowing out that
you-
pilot light, bud.
with a fine-tooth comb, you are you pull out an abacus that you kind of like hold between your bicep and your shoulder, and you have like another like notepad that you're holding between your wrist and your thing, and you're like doing calculations, and you're doing basically rocket science of trajectory to see you saw where the explosion happened, and you're trying to find out where most of the shrapnel would have been and all of the possible locations that you could possibly be. And you're doing this while floating and scanning, not even looking at your calculations, just memorizing where your fingers are and doing them and knowing the musculature and all the muscle memory. You see Zemdek, he's the most focused he's ever been. I think the only time you've seen him this focused was when he did what needed to be done to bring Trisheni back to life. He continues to float around the room. Zemdek, you got, what, a 31?
36.
36. You do full Tony Stark equations. You find 89% of all the shrapnel that came from this thing. As you start to collect it, you just throw it in your bag of holding. You start to collect pieces. There are quite a few pieces that are just from the explosion and the amount of force kind of bent out of shape. It's possible through mending and some other smelting and heating up and bending materials that it could be like that. You also notice that no matter how much you search after the end of this, there are parts that most likely got atomized. There are parts that are now so small that they have become dust within the cracks of wood that could possibly be in the other rooms by now.
Worry about.
So you were able to get like 89% of the constituent materials. There's probably anything that's worth actually grabbing up to like the size of your thumb fingernail.
He's a no. That's a tiny thing.
This
Yeah.
takes this takes an hour at the very least.
Oh.
Short resting while this is happening then?
Meckel, I don't think you're happy about this. You tell me. You said you wanted to leave right away.
I did.
Zemdek's fully not listening.
Did I get any response as far as...
Right. You did.
I meant, like, since that.
No.
Okay.
He's probably going to be a while.
I don't want to leave him again.
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
I'm afraid of the skylight.
Did you guys say you got the
Okay.
other pieces?
What scares
There's
you?
a few
Well,
over
yeah,
there.
Cole had one of his arms in his...
I do actually really love the scene too, for narrative story purposes. Is that there is this moment that you let him do his own thing, and you left him alone, and now you feel, correct me if I'm wrong, quite guilty for that because of what happened.
I don't.
And, and now that even though he's doing something that could be possibly inconvenient for the group because he's taking time doing something,
He's earned it.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And he deserves your support, and you're going to give it to him. And so it's beautiful. It's really a beautiful moment. It's very sad, but it's a beautiful moment. I don't think Meckel, you fully
I don't-
understand the comprehend
no.
what's going on.
Um,
You're just like, the skylight scares me.
Yeah. It's like a big eye. Never closes. Always the same color.
That explains the lighting and the timing of day and why it's not
There's
day.
Something
It's still
beyond
you
it
know.
that I can't see. Your friend will find something up there. In the crack.
You know, I don't think we should let anybody be alone necessarily anymore. We let
Yeah.
Eleazar be alone. He got jacked. We left Zemdak alone.
Well,
he got
last time we
jacked.
let Zemdak go and run and hide and go through all these things, and he came back with something. So I
Yeah.
thought maybe he was okay. And
I mean, he was just
Well, there's a
fixing
difference between letting
pottery.
him...
You know, that was the thing.
Being
Well,
alone
and there's
isn't
also a
bad.
difference between
I'm
letting
alone a lot.
him walk through a dead worm and, just leaving him alone in some random place.
He was walking in a worm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
a
like
giant
a
worm.
sandworm.
Crawling.
Yeah.
He-
Well,
It's more a
different.
stone worm, but yeah.
Similar.
Similar.
What?
You're not paying attention.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
it's
I'm finally going to
It hasn't
telepath.
been an hour yet.
yeah, no.
finally
This is
gonna
all
telepath to
happening
Argus.
while he's doing this.
Where did you end the silent spell? Like where?
I
What's
cast
the boundary?
it just on you.
What a dick!
It's centered just on you.
Well, that's kind of a dick move.
Yeah, but don't you wish you could do it?
Well, you didn't teach me that part.
Oh, no. You have to earn it.
Why are you like this?
Oh fuck!
Yeah, it's a dick move. Don't you wish you could do it? Don't you want to prank people?
All right, well, like, has it been long enough? Can you undo it now?
I can only do it. I can't undo it.
What?
I love this.
That doesn't mean I gotta like learn that fucking shit that they were doing when we got here.
I mean,
Or
or
just
you
gotta
could
keep
just
doing
talk
this.
to people like this.
Yeah, but
It's a lot easier.
you saw what happened to that guy when that happened.
yeah,
Like,
don't do
Why
it to
is he
him.
pointing at me?
like you see, you know, you like,
He likes
yeah.
you.
He thinks you're
And I
cute.
can't. I didn't hear that.
I heard you turn to him and go.
At least I look like
he
Machete
likes
right
you.
now.
And that's when Cole chimed in. Thinks you're cute.
At least I look like Machete right now.
Oh, there is that.
Except for I said he.
Does Meckel
Well, the other thing is, I stood on top of her. So, would I have noticed?
you
the
straddled
illusion?
log.
No,
Log
the
was
log
Machete,
still looks like
or
Machete.
Who's an alter self? is
Yeah.
Machete.
Right, yeah. You
But I mean,
tilted.
in the middle of the instance, I
They're
was
both
just
furry.
kind of.
I mean,
Yeah.
but we all keep referring to Log as Machete as he. Like, none of us have ever changed the pronoun.
Oh yeah, that doesn't bother me. I'm just
Yeah.
remembering
you
now.
notice?
Meckel's like, oh yeah, I did kind of wade through you.
But yeah, you saw what happened. So like, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, probably not. But maybe it's just a better idea for you not to talk.
You guys say that everywhere we go.
How long is he gonna float up there
I think until
Until
he
he
finds.
finds everything.
Until he's
Yeah.
ready to come down.
until he finds everything?
Yeah.
You remember his robot pieces we found?
Oh
The
yeah.
Zectech.
Yeah, he's looking for the rest of it.
We helped him.
Why?
Sentimental value.
It's like his flute, right? So, kind of, I would imagine just based on how well you play it, he works with machines just as well as you play your flute.
Where does he put his mouth?
That's
You don't want to know.
That had
No.
the potential to be so tear jerky, and you had to do that.
I don't pay attention
We,
to that
we don't
part.
we don't talk about that in public places.
But no, so it'll be a while.
Just when I think you guys can't disappoint me any further.
Disappoint you.
You know what I mean.
The other, do the servants take all these like pieces somewhere, or like when they clean up things? Do you think they would note that it was valuable, or do you think they would just put it in like the trash so we could get the other pieces too?
When we found this one
They were
being
cleaning it
carried by a servant, they probably were taking it somewhere.
Right,
I think I know of a room where we put some of the visitor stuff that have decided to leave.
Okay. So maybe
Sometimes there, sometimes
Question: Are we allowed to leave?
yeah. As
Okay.
far as I know, people come and go. Not very often. I mean, we don't have a lot of visitors, but sometimes people come in and then they go.
okay.
Does everybody know when they go? Or do they just leave one day and nobody knows they're gone? They're just gone.
Well, I don't keep track. I mean, if people want to leave paradise, they can.
Sorry. What the? Mecca, your flute is making music without you.
That is cool. You need to teach him how to make that flute so that way he can make it for me.
Would you leaving paradise something you ever would want to do?
Sometimes I would talk to Doctor about it. He didn't seem to care if I left,
Okay.
but he doesn't. I don't know what's beyond the wall. I've never left.
Yeah, but do you want to find out?
I haven't thought about it much.
There are cool places out from here. Like, literally cooler. It is so much better north of here. It is.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, but
And that is my opinion.
no, I don't blame you. It's
This place is too hot.
I don't like
I
others
saw
having.
that shrug.
I know, I don't either. I'm like, stop it. Stop it.
That's,
There's
I
stuff
can
going
read
on.
that. That's fine. No,
Yeah.
I don't.
I have disappeared all the way up this. Like I'm pulling bits out of the ceiling.
I do know
Charlie and the
How-
Chocolate
how
Factory
long-
like, float away.
Don't float away.
how long will it take you to learn to read. I mean that.
I mean,
It's been a very humbling for Tershani this day.
Yeah. I mean, it will probably take me a while. I don't know how long. You see how there's very few symbols on this page compared to, I flip towards the back of the book, this page. There's a lot more to.
It's insane. One of the back pages, the font is like 0.25. It's the tiniest. Hands the size of yours, even with the most supreme dexterity, could not be able to do this. This is something that you would need a device to be able to read properly.
Oh God.
Like could be written by ants even. Like this.
So do you respond, or you
ants.
just
Ant-Man.
like ants?
Ants.
Ants.
See,
all the
ants
big
wrote
ants.
this.
It just looks like all one color, and then like you start to see like it's actually just a bunch of
Log, don't
text
eat
that's
this
that
book. No,
dense.
wait, you can't
It'd be like-
hear me.
And you show me the book, and I'm like, okay.
When there's more symbols, it's harder. It gets more complex and more difficult to understand. So,
So-
I don't know how long it would take.
Day, maybe 2.
Maybe 2.5.
This
You
could be a
know,
month process.
it's gonna be a while. Yeah. So anybody keeping an eye on Zemdak?
Yeah.
As you guys look up, you see Zemdak reaching up to the skylight, grabbing something from a crack in the skylight as he yanks it out. You hear as the skylight begins to crack and spider. It's not happening. This is capping gradually and slowly, but it is not stopping.
Zemdak, watch out! Hey, it's cracking.
Glass. Like I'm connected to him.
He's
so I
dead.
send it
Yeah,
back.
okay.
I send it into there. The glass above you is cracking.
Mending?
Don't pump a spell into that.
Mending takes 10 minutes, right? Or
Right.
a minute?
Don't
Yeah,
pump a
but-
spell.
Ooh, yeah, that's a long time.
This
is cracking a little faster than that.
He's not gonna be happy about this. I start moving towards the place I entered.
Okay.
We start. Cole will start following. 'Cause
Trying not to trip while I'm still looking up at the skylight.
Do I notice?
Yeah, I mean, everybody said, hey, look up.
I
so-
can't
I don't.
hear.
He can't hear anything.
Are you
I would've-
paying
You,
attention?
Cole, did you tell
Cole would
him?
have. I would have
I think,
tapped
like,
you
if
as we
I
went
can't hear
by.
anything, no one's like, I can't listen, and I probably would have just gone off in my own little.
No,
started looking
yeah,
at the
as
books
we're
and-
going towards.
You're
the
out of
back, I
spells,
would-
too. Like, you can't cure him. Like, he's...
I'm not out of spells.
For lesser restoration and stuff like that, I mean. Oh, are you good? No, you got spells back. So you're just not curing him. I love
Well,
it.
no. I actually have like. Well, I pumped
He
one
has
into him
that
earlier.
code.
I still have all my 3rd level spell slots. I didn't
okay.
use any of them. I'm sorry. I have 2 of them. I mean, Log hasn't asked me for any help, and as far as I know, it didn't work the first time with him or him.
Yeah.
Well, because I think I've got a science spell on.
Well,
me.
you saw his eyes become uncloudy.
Well, no. Yes, I did.
funny.
But when I tried it on Zemdak earlier with his, it didn't affect his. That's why I
Yeah,
wouldn't
he had a
think about
much longer incubation period. So.
it. Right. But
Do I feel any
I
different
would tap
as
you
the
as
skylight is
back
cracking?
towards the exit.
Go ahead and do it.
No, just tap you and
Oh, okay.
Immensely.
Like negatively?
You feel like a barrier is being pierced slowly.
I think another one of those things might be coming.
How much do you care about this skylight? Like, are you at all interested in it at all? It's a peculiarity.
I was trying to fix things, and they tried to kill me for it, so I don't care about these people.
Okay.
I'm
Can you come-
moving faster.
All right. Zemdak, can you come down?
Somebody needs to tell him. He can't hear us.
I did tell him.
I'm
And?
starting to do the sweat pale
Okay.
thing that you saw before.
Oh, we need to. Yeah.
I'm gonna start walking with Meckel. I'm like, we'll go out of this room. Let's
Okay.
not think about it. You guys get him down here.
I can't see in there.
Yeah.
I now got.
Oh, yeah.
He's a
Okay.
I'm a torch.
Yeah.
I'm a torch.
I
As
don't
I
let
do
you go
walk by
first. I
Log,
still go first,
I
but
tap him again and cast Lesser
I'm walking
Restoration.
behind
to
him.
get
On
rid of
Log?
it. So, yeah. So
Okay, cool.
See if I can get it out.
Yeah, he suffered enough.
Yeah. I've had enough fun playing with
Okay,
Log
cool.
stuff. But
So you can hear again.
Finally.
As you're looking up and you're like, finally here.
Okay. All right. I cast Fly on myself, and I just see that you're still poking away, and I just basically come
You are
up
grabbing
there.
the last three pieces that you've been able to discern the trajectory and destination of, and that's all you're doing. Is that you're doing that one, and then that one, and nothing else matters. I assume that's correct.
I fly up there, and I grab your hand as you're trying to take that one last piece. I'm like, we've got to go now. And I just start pulling you away.
but there's more.
We'll get it later.
Do you fight her?
No.
The last piece you leave?
How far away is it?
15 feet.
It's not concentration, so mage hand. Grab
As
it,
you're dragging him away, you grab,
get
you
mage hand,
it.
and then, yeah, and I'm
Okay,
flying
it's
away.
10 pounds of force
Yeah.
because it's lodged in there.
And ceiling
Can someone hand me
collapses.
the tower, please?
I'm not rolling again.
Is it down in the
It's
floor,
like-
or is it?
Up high.
I don't know why.
Oh,
I took
you
this
So
are.
it's like up high.
Yeah.
Oh, him. I was like,
this
no,
wall.
I
There was a
joking.
die in there, and I don't know why it's a die.
He's got his own.
I know he does.
So it's like embedded high up in the wall. The only way he could have reached it is by levitating it, but like in the side wall, not in the ceiling, like just because it went almost straight across from where it exploded.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you see like a piece of metal.
That's a nat one.
What happens?
It's like saving throw to stay lodged in.
Oh,
there.
okay.
So you just, it comes out with very little effort. That I can't even tell you how much continuum stuff that just. Okay. So
He had plans.
Apparently.
you grab the last shard.
Mage hand and take, yeah. I'm flying
The last
down
shard
and-
has the part of the concavity for where one of the eyes and conch would have been, or I'm sorry, crash would have been. And you see it crashing, or you see that it cracking. It's starting. It's breaking. It's falling. You guys are still in the room. It's falling. It's breaking.
We're-
It's fine. It's like it doesn't matter. Like this thing it's crashing. It's falling.
That's fine.
It's not hurting you. It's nowhere near you guys. It's not that large. It's like it's only about maybe 15 feet in diameter.
Okay.
It's not that big, but you are far enough away from it. It's not going to fall on you. It's going to fall on like the top tier and probably hit the bookcase and fall and everything like that. Are you out of your?
Fugue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have all the pieces.
You don't even need to roll for this. As you glance up and you start to see in slow motion this glass start to fall, that's not glass. That's terrazine.
Different colors of terrazine?
That is
Like,
pure, clear terrazine. Like pure spent terrazine polished to a finish that you've never seen before.
oh.
At the moment that this breaks, as spent terrazine has been used for a barrier for many things, Meckel, you get flooded with information. Mostly from like the doctor and all these other things, as this thing was like blocking that from getting to you. All of the responses of all the times you've ever tried to send the doctor a message all come to you at once, and you get overloaded. Some are super praiseful and very, very sweet. Some are annoyed. Quite a few are annoyed. Some are scornful. Others are downright rageful, and others are apologetic. But they all happen at the same time, and it is an immense amount of flood of emotions.
Okay.
Trishani, can you catch that?
I don't think you can keep standing.
It doesn't trigger anything, though.
That's up to you.
Yeah.
Actually, can I cast levitate on it?
On the glass?
Yeah.
Do
It
you have to
shatters,
touch
doesn't
it?
No, 60 feet.
Is it like an object? An object?
A loose object of your choice. that you
Okay,
can
I would
see.
say you could cast it on the largest piece of it.
So as it, like, it's splintering as it's falling.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, that's hard because there's just so many fucking pieces. That's difficult.
Yeah, you're fine. Never mind.
Taking notes again.
I mean, you can take, I would say, like, one of the biggest pieces is, like, probably half of the skylight, because the rest kind of splintered up into a bunch of pieces. So you could probably grab, like, it's probably, like, maybe, like, 47% of it, just, like, that one big chunk that just kind of, like, wedged and fell.
Okay.
So if you want, you can levitate that thing.
Yeah.
And just stop it from falling. Can you command it to move?
Yeah, I can control its vertical. I can't control its...
Yeah, I mean, it just fell straight
Horizontal.
down. If you want it to go right back into place, you can.
Oh, no, I was going to let it gently
It's up to
come
you.
down.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
And that's going in the hole.
The big piece is 15 feet wide. It's not going to fit. It's not going to fit in the bag. I mean, this way, I don't think it's going to fit.
All right, so
Take
as
some of the smaller bits. Though.
What if we pull the whole like really?
All right, hold on.
all right, so as all of this is information is flooding with, is it just Doctor's voice or is it others?
That's a good point. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Are we still close?
You can still be in the room if you want to. If you casting levitate, you'd have to be.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pulling him.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's like
Oh,
facing
I
away.
get disadvantage.
It's not. You're not. No, it's saving throws. You're not. Don't have disadvantage on saving throws.
Oh, it's just ability checks.
It's just ability checks.
Okay. 8.
8. Yeah. You hear other things.
Okay.
But in languages you can't comprehend. Like almost like screams of torment.
Okay.
Like like the intent, because it's like being directly beamed into your brain, it's a bunch of screams. We're talking about hundreds of screams of torment, and they're all in like different pitches and all different timbres. They all seem to, like, the intent is coming across in me, like, kill me.
Okay.
Kill me. I don't want to live anymore. Kill me.
I'll fall to, Meckel will fall to his knees. He drops his flute, grabs his head, and is like, he says out loud in what he thinks is common.
Sure.
The voices, they just won't stop. See, and then I'm going to concentrate on him and try to do the opposite of what he did to me and project
You're still
my...
connected to him, right?
I'm connected to Zemdak right now.
Right,
Okay.
but I
You
don't
gonna
know
try?
if it'll work. I'm going to try to basically show him what is happening to me internally.
Okay, so this is really interesting because you do have like that type of power. It's just specifically with like another being. So you're trying to basically refract it.
Yeah,
for a
I'm
moment?
trying to do what he
Sure,
he
and
came
you
into
are
me.
more perceptible to those types of things, I would say, just
Yeah.
due to your the mind things that you have. Yeah, I mean, sure. Let's fuck around with it and find out. Go ahead and roll a. I'm gonna say roll a intelligence check for
Okay.
me. Well, no, I want to say this is a saving throw, and
So wouldn't it be a saving throw for him?
It's a saving throw for you. He's going. It's like because this is something that could be a feedback loop for you because what you're trying to do is that if you don't succeed, it's going to go right back onto you. You're trying to like reflect it and refract it. And if
No,
you don't,
I'm trying to share it.
yeah, you're sharing the burden with him. Is what I mean. By doing so, it's just kind of part of the thing. By doing so, you'd be sharing the burden, the mental burden with him.
Trying to explain without having to.
Yeah, but like I don't think you don't have that precision of control. You're pretty much just like here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 4,
Tidal
so I
wave.
don't think I can control that.
Yeah, I think you get like this like small like wave of something that doesn't sound pleasant at all, like a little squirt gun instead of a tidal wave.
I do have the intention of letting you, because I'm like, the voices.
You feel like the
Here,
pressure
like-
of his brain, I think, his mental. But as you do that, it rubber bands comes right back at you twice as loud. It's not on repeat. It's just you've given. It's like a computer has been given a certain amount, or a printer has been given a bunch of print jobs, or a computer's given a bunch of commands, and it just now was able to execute all of them, and it's just going down the list.
I'm gonna look at you again and be like,
and the list is immensely long.
let me in.
I actually will link with him for a second.
Then I just throw everything.
Sure. Before that happens, I need to roll stuff for you.
Oh, for me. Well, crap. I'm just trying to show you.
Yeah.
Let me share my song.
First question.
You take 13 points of psychic damage
Okay.
during this feedback loop.
Are you still up from?
Did we
Oh,
get
yeah.
a
Okay.
long rest?
No, we just took a short
A
rest.
short rest.
I did ask
That's
if we
what I
were
meant to
taking a
say.
short rest.
I don't know because all of you guys were kind of doing stuff. At least I know Trisheni was. I know Log was trying to find the edge of the silence.
I was. Just
I know
trying to
you
do
casted
fire.
a spell.
I was cleaning myself.
Yeah, and you were casting spells. You were still well.
I think we were a little bit intrigued.
think you might have
by
been the
what was
only one
going
that would
on
have been
after
able to
he
get a
was
short
up
rest.
there.
Yeah.
So can I?
Yeah, that's fine. I think Argus
heal.
would probably be the only one because he's the only one like not actively doing something. You,
Well, I mean, I was covered in viscera. So.
you
I-
weren't really.
Well, I was working with,
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
to speak.
yeah.
So, but no, I don't even try to translate. I just try to show after he links in.
Okay, roll wisdom saving throw, please. Now that
Hey,
this
it's-
connection has been made. Oh wait, no, for you this is an intelligence saving throw
We should
because
not
of what's
be excited.
happening. Yeah.
Well, it just means how much is gonna flow.
Has to do how much it's gonna smooth your brain out.
So I rolled a 12, which means I got a 12.
Okay. Nice.
I rolled.
It's not a success.
I used
No.
four hit dice, rolled 3 ones.
What do you?
I don't
at,
know if that's
Cole?
good or bad though.
What are you at?
Like what?
Hit points.
Oh, I did cast a spell to heal myself, so I'm at 25. But that's it.
Okay. You take 19 points of psychic damage.
Whoa. Good thing you did.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be
As
dead.
what comes across most to you as the sound starts to clear out as you're sending most of the screams of
I'm sending everything.
yeah, your intent is to send everything.
Okay, fair
what
enough.
actually gets sent is all of the screams of I want to die. Of like the intent behind all these screams is like screams of like I shouldn't exist. Our existence is pain. This is the most torment I've ever experienced, and you kind of get that from just because of psychicness and how psychicness works, because intent is attached to language, and it's just absolute horrific terror. Just screams. It shakes you to your very core of like you're not sure if you are Cole right now because you're not sure if existing is worth it after hearing all of these screams. There could be hundreds or thousands or more that you hear all the time. For you, the screams die down. Most of them gone. You're able to make a little bit more sense of everything else.
Does the does it increase now that the or it kind of like
You have more clarity.
more clarity?
Yeah. Do you want to try to discern actual things that are
I want to
being-
make sure that nothing else is coming through.
Oh no,
As
it's still going.
No. I meant as in something
Other than the doctor's voice?
No, as in other than thought forms. Is there anything else coming through the
Like a ghost signal or like a static or a cosmic noise
or
something.
more like a being coming through the barrier or anything like that?
Any other signals that's not something that you can recognize.
Okay.
Is that pretty much what
It's
you
more like I wasn't sure if it was holding back anything
Was
else.
there another creature? Up
Yeah,
there?
that's-
Now-
Oh,
That was being
what? You
held back
one,
by
you're
the
not in the room.
person.
You don't know. All
I'm
you left the
assuming-
room with Argus. He took you out. Remember?
Oh, okay.
And remember he made the fire because you can't see out there. And he.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you must be just inside the room then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had said that I was falling out, and I'd
Yeah,
grabbed
he's
him.
like in the threshold,
Okay.
connecting with you while you're out in the hallway.
Okay.
That was
Like
why
kind of
I
crawling
asked.
through the threshold as you just get hit with all this stuff and kind of like collapse in the doorway a little bit or like kind of brace yourself. It is the worst. It feels like the two hemispheres of your brain are actually tearing themselves apart in order to get away from this. So things do clear up, but you're looking for, as far as beings, you can't see that.
Okay. I just wasn't.
Signals. What is it you're asking?
If there's that imminent sense of dread that I was feeling previously.
No.
Okay.
No. One of the things you do see, the only thing I think you hear that is repeated every once in a while that you're able to suss out because it's repeated, and so you're able to like grab that brain audio memory, is I am death, destroyer of worlds. I am become death, destroyer of worlds, and that happens about maybe 17 times throughout this list.
Jeez.
As if your brain has been like programmed that being like a sleeper signal,
A trigger
type of
word?
thing, a trigger word, trigger phrase, that type of thing. Kind of like in that sense, like I am become death, destroyer of worlds. I am become death, destroyer of worlds, and it's in different types of timbres of the Doctor's voice. Like some when they're aggravated, some when they're not. Like some where like the Doctor's voice is like changed. Sometimes it doesn't even sound like the Doctor, but there's something about it that's still familiar.
Okay. So I will let all the screams and everything kind of go.
Yeah, no, he's
And-
got them now.
Yeah. And then once they fade, or once they lessen, I'm going to take that repeating thing and send it just so he experiences or try to send the phrases and then see if I can break the connection
Okay, cool.
to him.
Yeah,
Not-
go ahead and roll an intelligence saving throw.
10.
10. I think what happens is that a couple minutes go by of this, guys, as this is still going down the list of like a ton of different things that has been sent to you that it just never got a chance to do. You eventually, after these minutes, you feel something like snap and begin to fade away. Before that happens, there's like this quiet before the storm, before all these kind of recoil and hit you, where there's as clear as day, as if they were right in front of you, and with the sweetest timbre, you hear the Doctor's voice. It says, "Don't worry, I'm coming."
Okay, so it breaks.
And that you don't worry, I'm coming. And all these other screams hit you for a moment before they fizzle and fade like water into the soil.
Okay. I'll stand back up. Look at you. Are you still on the ground or?
I will have probably dragged myself out of the threshold, but I'm probably still kind of laying on the ground in a ball.
I mean, if I
You
saw
have
him
like
go
a
down, I
migraine,
would've
not
tried to grab
mechanically
him and
affecting
pull
you,
him.
but it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, say if I saw him go down, I would have tried to grab him and just
Yeah.
What
Sure.
the fuck?
So really, the only person there with me is.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I have some good
Well,
news.
if it took minutes, right, we would have caught up.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
would have.
Yeah.
So, did
We
you
can
want to
be
grab
like-
shards of this thing, or do you?
A shard. that
Yeah,
can-
I mean, this is like
fit.
the densest, purest amount of like spent terrazine that you've ever seen. Like, it's not alloyed with anything else. It is pure.
Well,
Like, it hasn't. It's almost like terrazine that never actually got to spread to other mass and somehow became spent through some artificial process.
Yeah, just a chunk that I can fit into the hole, and that's all.
Yeah,
Not
I'd say
the
you could
stretchy
probably get a
hole, or-
fist size in there.
Then
This thing is insane. How
did
how
we-
pure this is.
Other than that, did anything fall?
No,
Can
just
we
just the glass. It's like there's like a metal rim.
Yeah.
That was like kind of like a bracer that was holding the crystal glass in place. That once it like lost constitution, just fell through. It's like kind of like how your glasses hold, like the ribs of your glasses.
Can we see
And
up?
there's like some runes etched in the rim. It appears to be made of like brass or something.
Can we see up into the?
Yeah, you can see up. You want to go up there?
Well, no. I mean, what was behind it?
You're like, no. You can see up there. It's still a very, very bright light that's coming off from some type of angle, almost like a spotlight that's shining right on your face, in your eyes when you're on stage. It's like you can't really see the audience because it's just so bright. So you can't really see behind it. But there is some light source that looks like sunset, but it can't be. It must be artificial. That is shining out of that. And no matter what angle you're looking at, it's still just like, it's just so bright that you can't see beyond it. You'd have to go up and see what it is.
Does it look like the sunstone that we saw back in the temple?
To the sun god back in Minheim.
It's possible. The amount of light and the type of light it's giving off could be. Minheim did on, I believe it was like Godsboro or whatever it was called, like a couple temples there. There was a temple to the god of who they think the sun or the star that is that gives you the light. One that controls that or pulls their power from it. Like, it's almost like the side of the coin that you're on, you're like, nah, it's down here in the center of the earth. That's where the core and the molten and all that. That's where the real light comes from. Not up there in that cold darkness of space. So it's like, they're the same thing, but not really at the same time,
I just remember the priests sunbathing as part of their religious day.
Yes,
Yes.
sunbathing is part of and they're like super like chill, like, yeah, man, what's up, bro? Like, I would say there are definitely some similarities. Okay. You also know that if you're the scientist that I know and think you are as the artificer, you probably have your skepticisms as far as just how deep the rabbit hole goes with religion, whether it is actually a religious artifact or it's just something that they worship because they don't understand how it works.
So, yeah. I mean, in that temple, there was one of these.
Yep.
And when we did the greater restoration ritual, they used one. And they also let me study the ones that we could create to see if I could figure it out. So, like, I was just,
it could very
like a
well be.
sun,
You'd have to go check it out. All you can see is the light. You don't
immense
see
brightness,
the actual source of the light just yet.
Yeah, no, I let Trisheni drag me away. I'm assuming she just wants to get out of here.
Yeah.
So,
we need to
so
go at this
basically,
point.
we're all kind of like in that little area.
Yeah, like between the room, the threshold, and out in the hallway, all kind of in that
Okay,
area.
so through probably my tear-stained cheeks and
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
Can
all
help.
the blood and everything else,
Yeah.
be like, oh, good news, doctor's coming.
I don't know if that's good news or not.
And that's where we're going to end our session, guys. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We'll be back next time. And as always, stay safe out there. Bye.
Bye.